Hey guys, it's Hailey, so welcome back to my channel. So I dyed my hair on Tuesday, so it's finally back to black. I actually added some red in there too, so you can kind of see like that wine red. I don't know, it's really hard to get it to turn out over camera for some reason, even though in person I feel like it's very prominent. I got it dyed at my school. It was only supposed to show up in the light, like in the sunlight and stuff, but it actually shows up indoors, so I'm really liking it. And I wanted to film a video before it completely fades, because I feel like it's going to fade soon, because my hair always fades in like 2 days. Not literally 2 days, but yeah, my hair got super brown. A lot of my like followers on stuff and like subscribers were even like, wow, your hair got like really brown. So I guess that was shocking. I don't know. I've had brown hair a couple times because I just don't keep up with the dye. My hair is naturally brown. I don't know if you guys know that. But this video is going to be how I got into the music that I listened to at such a young age. I love when hair's in my mouth. Anyways, this video got requested a while ago and I never got to it. I kind of forgot about it until recently, so I'm sorry for the long wait. But thank you so much to the person who requested this. I feel like this is kind of an interesting topic because I was like 11 when I started listening to a lot of the stuff I listened to. So I'm 19 right now, so that was 8 years ago. So let's get started. So basically, when I was a little girl, when I was baby and toddler and all that, my dad was super into Metallica and Marilyn Manson and Queen and all that, and my dad's just a really big rocker in general. And so growing up, I had always listened to stuff like that, and I liked it because of my father. So then in elementary, I was a typical bitch. I listened to the Jonas Brothers and like Hannah Montana and all that stuff. I was like in 4th grade and stuff, so of course I had weird music then. And then transitioning into middle school, when I was in 6th grade, I liked like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry and pop music for the most part. And a few months later, my dad had left my mom, and he had this girlfriend that had these 2 kids. And so I called them my brother and sister, or my stepbrother and stepsister. And so the girl at the time, my stepsister, was like super into her like emo phase, and I thought she was so cool. Like I was like, oh my god, I wish I could be like that. Not necessarily because of music, but it was more so look wise. And so she was super into Asking Alexandria and Attack Attack and Breathe Caroline, and all that stuff was like bands she listened to. And so somehow my dad ended up liking a lot of this stuff and downloading it, and it was like on his iTunes, and I share an iTunes with my dad, so it ended up on my iPod. Don't know how. And I started listening to it, and I was like, okay, this is weird. I listened to Asking Alexandria, and I was like, damn, this would be really good if there wasn't screaming. And I got super into the cleans and stuff. Well, that lasted very shortly of like the not liking the screams, because then I was like, oh my god, this is so good, and they became my favorite band. So I was 11 years old and listening to Asking Alexandria. And so after that, started liking Attack Attack a lot too. So both of those 2 bands were like my gateway bands, I think, into that music. And then I started finding bands like Escape the Fate and Pierce the Veil. And it kind of became this search for more and more bands, like on demand, because I don't know, you know, like on demand where you can watch music videos. I would like find all these bands there, and then I would find bands through YouTube and just kind of related bands to things. So I got super into all that. And then I got really into the Pop Goes Punk albums, you know, like the pop covers. And if you've ever bought one of these albums, you know, they usually come with a like Fearless Records bonus, like sampler thing with all of the singles at the time that are really good, or just, I don't know, like, you know, songs that are really big at the time. And so on this sampler was Motionless in White's Creatures, and so I got kind of interested in them, and I looked them up on YouTube, and I ended up thinking Creatures was fucking scary, because I don't know why, I guess because of the music video. And so I was like, huh, this is weird. But I also found When Love Meant Destruction, that album, and Ghost in the Mirror, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are so good. So there began my Motionless in White obsession. I was 11 years old and like finding this stuff, or like borderline 12, I guess. And I was like, damn. And Creatures was barely coming out. I don't know if the album just dropped or if it was like soon to release, because I know Creatures was like a single, and I think that might have been the case. And So then I still kept adding bands to the list. I went through a really bad scene phase when I was 12 years old, which was the coming year. And I was super obsessed with Blood on the Dance Floor. And Black Veil Brides, along with Motionless in White and Asking Alexandria and like Suicide Silence, really weird mix of bands. And super into like all the Warped Tour stuff. And thank God in the next like 2 years my liking for Blood on the Dance Floor and Black Veil Brides totally vanished, because I was like, oh, I don't like this anymore. Like, it lasted very shortly, thank God. And I still kind of kept some of the older emo bands, but Motionless in White was my main focus, and like Pierce the Veil and Escape the Fate. So I went into my freshman year liking all of those, and I got with my boyfriend my freshman year, and he was like super emo at the time, so he liked like I love Sky Idea. Anyways, he liked like Bring Me the Horizon and Abandon All Ships and I don't know, weird stuff like that, and like Let Live. And so him and I were a perfect match with our little emo bands and stuff. Well, luckily that kind of went away. It reduced very heavily by the summer of our freshman year, and my whole freshman year I listened to a lot of Marilyn Manson still. I think I got really obsessed with Manson my freshman year, to be exact. You know, I always listened to him as a child because of my dad, but it just got really, really, like, I got obsessive my freshman year. And so that summer my boyfriend dropped a lot of the bands and stuff that he was listening to, and so did I. And so it was mainly just like Motionless in White and Marilyn Manson. Still liked Escape the Fate. I still love Escape the Fate for some reason, but and then I ended up finding bands like him and Rob Zombie and AFI, so that became more of my music taste, and my boyfriend was super into that stuff too, so that's still my music taste to this day. And my junior year I found the Smiths and the Cure and all that good stuff, which got added. And my boyfriend's a really big The Plot and You fan, and I had heard like some of their music and I liked them, but I wasn't like, oh, they're the greatest thing ever, like, they're nothing to write home about. Well, through my boyfriend's obsession with The Plot and You, which is his favorite band, I have really, really grown fond of The Plot and You my like senior year of high school. And then this other band called Make Them Suffer, my boyfriend has listened to since his freshman year and still listens to them, and I got really obsessed with them. I'm still really obsessed with them. So I think a lot of it now is like my boyfriend has really good taste in music. So but Motionless in White has remained through all of those years and all of those trials and errors of bands. Motionless in White has remained all these like almost 8 years. Like, it's amazing. So I know it was such a young age to be listening to that stuff. I was 11, and then when I was 12 I was listening to Blood on the Dance Floor. That's scary. That's really gross. But it was just, you know, like, I feel like if it wasn't for my dad like downloading that stuff and my dad liking it, I probably wouldn't have either. Like with Asking Alexandria and Attack and stuff, like I feel like he's kind of a big reason why I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And my dad was always super accepting of my music taste, and even now he likes Motionless in White and stuff, and he's like, yeah, they're cool, and he'll listen to them with me. So I guess I've just always liked rock, you know, even like I said when I was in elementary school and listening to weird Disney Channel music, I always liked rock in the background of all that. So I guess thanks to my dad for raising me a little rocker girl, I've always just had an appeal to that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how I found a lot of that, and how I got into the music that I like at such a young age. So I keep looking down. I don't know why I keep looking down, but thank you so much to the person who requested this. I don't know if I explained this all really weird or not. I hope I didn't. I hope I explained this okay. Comment down below and tell me how you got into the music that you like, because I know a lot of you guys are Motionless in White fans. I'm curious to know. How old were you when you started listening to that? I was but a child. I'm still but a child. Not really. I mean, depends on the person. Like I said, I'm 19. I mean, I'm not like, oh, I'm so old, but not as young as I was back then, obviously. It's been 8 years. That's crazy. I think being so young, even when I tell people I've been a Motionless in White fan for 8 years, they're like, but you're like 19. Like, how? I was listening to them when I was super, super young. So, I feel like when I'm done with my point and I just keep dragging out. Ooh, my hand looks big. Anyways, when I keep dragging out the video, I get really awkward, and I feel like that's what's happening right now. So I'm gonna end this video before I just keep like going off on weird tangents. So again, thank you so much to the person who requested this. Request other things, please. They're fun to do, and I will see you guys on the next one. There's a fly. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys so much.